Okay, I'm here with Ryan Hopkins, author of this book that just happens to be here. Hey Ryan, how are you?
Very well, thanks. Nice to see you.
We enjoyed your keynote. Tell me something. Why is this island so bloody depressing?
I think it's actually sunny today, but more often than not, I think for months on end it's been incredibly grey, coupled with all sorts of other stuff that we don't have time for in this interview.
Right.
Oh, we just need some sun, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
It's not quite that simple. We'll have to tune in for the next talk, couldn't I?
I love that. A bit of sun would go a long way. If we can't control the weather yet, what can we control to make it a little bit less depressing?
Oh, well, I got you there. That's a good question. Okay. He's watched me speak, hasn't he? So we can switch off from tech and social media at least a little bit. At work, if you've got 6 meetings a day, I assume you've got more normally, I certainly do, and you cut each one by 5-10 minutes, you'll save 4.8 work weeks worth of effort this year. And it's about the little things in the workplace and in our lives that matter. Wellbeing is no big thing, but it's made up of small things. And it's these little improvements we can make everywhere that make the world a difference. And you can focus on what you need in that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's funny, I used to have a little series called Toilet Break Wellbeing. I used to see videos on the toilet, you flush and you flourish. It's a bit of a joke, but if you did 10 press-ups every time you went to the loo this year, you do 29,200 this year. I think how good your arms are going to look next summer. It's those little things. And that's what we can do. I can't help the sun, but you can help that today.
That's cool. You can't have the sun, but you can have the little things. I love that. What I want to know is, for the people that you've seen around the show, what do you, and I know you've just got here, but what do you think is the overall vibe? Do you think people are focused on little things? Do you think they're focused on big things? Is there something else looming in the collective minds of business people in the UK?
For me, you can feel all the passion you speak to here, right? There's a lot of people really wanting to do well. I think what we can do together and collectively as a society is treat this with the respect it deserves. Treat wellbeing like a discipline at work, measure it, and you'll create space for all these wonderful people here. But we just need to understand that every person is completely unique. And you get that flavour when you walk around, and the offerings are completely different. And what works for you won't work for me. So we need first to create that space, like I was saying, and you've got an opportunity to roll out these incredible things here. But for me, it's a shift change. It's a deal of dual accountability. So it's not a business's responsibility to improve happiness, but it is their responsibility not to worsen it. And when you flip that switch, you create a culture or a workplace that focuses on autonomy, respect, flexibility, a sense of belonging. And when you do that, you can have space for all these amazing things. And I think that shift change is starting to happen now. I hope so anyway.
That's very cool to hear. We were just talking to Billy Billingham, and he was talking about respect as something he's tried to earn every day of his life. Not something I asked him, do you feel like you've earned the respect you wanted when you were a kid? And he said, have I earned it? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I earn it every single day. Do you think well-being's the same? Is it a long thing? Is it a daily thing?
Such a good point. I love it. I love the respect. It's exactly the same. It's probably the same with everything that we think in our lives. It isn't just achieved. You don't get to a good physical state and then that's it. If only I could, I wouldn't go to the gym ever again. Do you know what I mean? I'll be sitting at home eating like ice cream. But that ain't the way it is. It's the same with our mental health, same with our physical, emotional, everything. It's something we turn on for every single day. It's in James Clear's book. If you improve by 1% a day for a year, you're 3,300% roughly better at the end of the year. And it's the little things that matter, the compound interest. And it's exactly the same with well-being. So it's those tiny things that we do consistently that make the difference, that bring us a little bit of sense of joy and make what's often difficult at work just slightly better. And if we focus on those things, we'll be amazed what happens. And we can keep showing up every single day. If you twitch your leg while you're at work, I'm doing that underneath, I think you see. If you do that constantly all day, you'll burn 300 calories. So it's the little things. And you can have a McDonald's cheeseburger and you still won't put on weight. Not that I recommended that for well-being. But that's what it is, and it's exactly the same across the entire piece. So yeah, respect, well-being, I imagine it's quite consistent with most of the topics here discussed today.
Awesome. And last question for you. If there was one thing, people that are new to well-being, they feel like they're stressed, they've got too many meetings, they don't know what the hell's going on. What is the one easiest thing they can start to do to uncover that world and start to get some results?
Good question. There's so many things that come to mind. If only I had a good book to look into it, you know what I mean? Recommend. But what I would say is just silence notifications. You control your digital environment, not the other way around. And we act as if we're just a part of it, and we have to accept pings constantly, social media, emails, work notifications. We receive on average about 76 notifications a day. And if that's going off consistently, you can never get into a space where you can focus, where you can think, where you can focus on yourself. For me, I would consider your digital environment, and I would mute notifications. I'll get rid of WhatsApp notifications. I'll get rid of social media notifications. I'll mute Slack. I'll mute emails. I'll get rid of the banners. And you lean in when you want. And for me, that just creates a tiny bit of space in my head to think, what do I need to do to improve? I think until we have that space, nothing is going to change. So for me, that's the biggest first step that we can make.
Creating a space, Ryan. I love that. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Cheers.